Minute. I'm just watching the Andagogas live. Uh, and I'm finishing folding my laundry, but I wanted to get it.
And my kid is putting her onesie.
Yeah.
He's not finished yet, but he will finish.
Okay, so this is the energy check-in.
This is your sweater, my sweater.
It's yours, but you gotta let me finish folding.
Does it fit me? Let's see.
Sorry, I'm here. I am just, is it there? Yeah.
Fits me still.
Okay, stop, Grace, please, because I'm trying to finish folding. And then, is it going? I don't know why I did that. Here, go put this in your drawer. In your top drawer. In your underwear drawer, yep. Huh. Sorry guys, you gotta bear with me. I'm getting organized here. I don't even know how to, oh, there it is. We'll get there. Okay, I'm gonna do live check in a minute. I'm just finishing my laundry quickly. And I wanted to watch the end of Sunday service. One sec. Okay, now I know that we got it. Hi guys, sorry, I'm just waiting a few minutes. I'm watching the watching the end of Goga's live. Miss TT, hi. How are you? This is usually it was supposed to be Saturday check-in, but we're doing Sunday. Okay, I have to end out of here for now because I can't hear and concentrate. But today is an energy check-in. I'm good. I hope you had fun at the fair. Where did I put my? Just trying to finish what I'm doing.
Mama, it still fits.
What still fits?
My house coat.
Can you stop taking the clothes? I'm trying to fold the last of the clothes while I was watching Goga, and then Miss.
I'm gonna put this in my dresser, okay?
Yes. And then Miss Grace decided to take them all apart, so now I'm chasing down and refolding laundry. Ubaid Khan, welcome. If I butchered your name, I'm very sorry. Yes, I'm talking on here though, so I need you to give me a few moments. I hope everybody's doing well. This is energy check-in, so, I will answer questions if you ask them, as long as we're not asking what my ex-boyfriend was doing, if they're going to come back to me, any of those things. If you ask me about your own life, things you're working on, I can help you clarify your questions, and I will definitely ask, just as long as, we're being respectful of somebody else's boundaries. So, I'm from Pakistan. Welcome. That's fantastic. Well, I'm here in Canada. I was supposed to do the energy check-in yesterday, but it was a half-day school week for the kids, so I stretched everything out one day. But now my daughter's home, so sometimes you'll hear me have to tell her, no more. We have our boundaries. She's still learning them, so we work together. And I'm finishing folding my laundry as we go. But Fluffy, how are you? Welcome. Oh, why do you not have mod status? NF Humble. Hey, stopping by to say hello. First time catching you live. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate that so much. Fluffy, how are you not a moderator? Welcome, welcome. Okay, sunny side up. Hello. Welcome. I'm glad y'all are coming. So, I guess I'm not going to fold any more laundry. I was like, I figure I got a couple minutes. I'll finish folding. Let me get my cards out and stop messing around. That's so funny. It was a little late because I was at church. I love it so much. CreativityGuidesMe, amazing. Amazing. It was a great interview. I'm fantastic. I'm not going to pull them all out. I like to pull out gratitude. If you have specific questions, I will ask. But otherwise, I just pull a general collective space. But I'm looking for more specific cards. I have too many. That's the problem. Joe welcome. How's your day? It's fantastic. Got up early. It was supposed to be my sleep-in day, but somebody woke me up early. She was not having it. She's like, Mom, are you getting up? Are you getting up? Are you getting up? I'm like, it's 6:30 in the morning. Can we stay till 7? She's like, nope. That's not happening. All week long, we get up at 6:30. So I was hoping to sleep in, till like maybe 8. But that didn't happen, and that's okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning's over, but oh, yeah, morning's over here. I had to double check on that. So I'm reorganizing, reshifting, and if you guys like these, I will do more of them more often. I think I'm going to start doing more lives, check-ins to go with the content, but if they're check-ins, they're just going to be answer questions, saying hello while I'm making my content, and then also maybe when I'm chopping up the stuff for tea. Spring ahead. Oh, it is. Oh, that makes so much sense. 12:50. So it's 1 p.m. here now. That makes sense. So it jumped ahead an hour, yeah? Man, that does make... Maybe that's why I feel a little tired. I stopped paying attention to that stuff because that was always my excuse for why I didn't want to do anything. I was tired. So now I'm like, I can't use that excuse. All right. So, do I have the ones I like? I do. So, if y'all have questions, always feel free to jump in with them. You don't have to pay me. I donate my time. If you want one-on-one sessions, clarity sessions, anything like that, even just guidance, you can go to my website and book through my website. I have my donation links in my bio if you want to. It's never traded or enforced. It's something that's there if you want to. If not, there's never an obligation. Everything's appreciated when I come on here, whether it's through my teaching courses, whether it's through the energy check-ins, whatever I'm doing it. I'm giving of my time, and I'm always available in any of those sessions to answer questions. So I just need to make that very clear when I'm doing it, because if I'm taking money from you, then there's an obligation that I have to make you happy. Now, obviously, we want always for people to be happy, but if I have to say something because I feel obligated to, it takes from the truth of the matter. And what I had to learn is sometimes we get the answers we need, not always the ones we want. Simple, how are you? I appreciate that so much. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a great week. Mine was absolutely chaotic, and I'm like, here, it's going to be okay. One more week, Grace is home for 3 weeks, so it's going to get a little wild. But we're learning to work together, and she's learning now to play in her room, which is unusual. And I get a little nervous when she gets too quiet.
I'm going to go play in my room, okay?
You can absolutely go play in your room. It's funny that I said that. Okay, so how about we start with a gratitude card, no matter what. If you got just general questions, ask away. I will gratefully do my best to answer. But in the in-between, we'll pull the energy. Who all was there? Okay, hello. Thank you so much. Yeah, this one's comfortable, actually. It's got these little finger things, but I find that anytime I'm dealing with stuff, I like it, but when I'm having to deal with the cards, they get caught in my thing. It's just a pain. but it's comfortable and it's very, very warm. Oh, there's the washing machine. I might have to get up in a minute and put stuff in the dryer, but that's okay. Hopefully it's not too loud. Okay, give me one gratitude for this day. Just for this day, or maybe the week ahead. What do you, I'll go by, well, that's the one. We have, I lied and said I was busy. I was busy, but not in a way most people understand. I was busy silencing irrational thoughts. I was busy calming a racing heart. I was busy telling myself I'm okay. And especially after Sunday service, if you heard, that's what she does every single morning, right? She commits to herself. She lets herself know she's okay. She shows up. That's a commitment. That's the accountability. That's a personal love for yourself that shows up immediately, telling God that I'm willing. I'm here. I'm showing up for myself. So, and remember this: it's okay to take time for yourself every day. I don't care if it's 2 minutes. I don't care if it's 5 minutes. It should always be more than 2 minutes. But even if you got to break it down 2 minutes 10 times a day, right? We start small and guilt-free. And that's the most important, because when you start guilt-free, you can expand it out. But the moment you shrink it down with guilt, it gets lower and lower. You're hindering yourself. So if you start with 2 minutes and we can get it to 3, 4, 5 at a time, 20 minutes at a time, to a massage, to something beautiful, right? To an exercise routine, whatever it may be, if we can get that time spread out into a bigger place, that's your place of peace, your place of creativity, the place where all your dreams and manifestations have the ability to come true. All you have to do is show up, right? And that commitment, whatever it may be, don't question or judge whatever it is. If it's 2 minutes, it's 2 minutes. We're happy with 2 minutes. Tomorrow, the next time, can we try for 3? Right? We got 3. I feel good at 3. All right, we're going for 5. Right? And that's what we're going to do. It's not about feeling like a failure when we don't show up, or when we miss a step, or when that step didn't work out quite perfectly. It's not about running back or falling behind. It's about saying, I made it this far, and I'm going to celebrate that. And maybe tomorrow I'll make it a little bit farther. I'm so glad you had a good weekend. I love that. What is your favorite way to practice self-care on a regular basis? And why is it your favorite? So ask yourself that. Like, literally ask yourself those questions. I'll tell you, my self-care obviously is my tea. And I don't talk about it as much as I should, probably, because it is my business. But when I make my tea, the cutting, it has a story all on its own. So, and apparently I'm called to tell this story, but I came from much abuse, all kinds of betrayal, all kinds of bad things. Like, I could go on for days. I don't care to. If I have to tell the certain stories, I will, but only when it's needed, right? But my nervous system was so dysregulated. I was stuck in survival mode for so long, I didn't know whether I was coming or going. Everything felt life or death. And I was just manifesting more of it because I didn't know how to get out of that. And one day I'm shopping and I see the reduced fruit shelf at the grocery store. And they're like, bruised, they're kind of beat up. And I'm like, I don't have a lot of funds. And I'm like, I'm going to do something with you guys. And I was buying them and I was getting enough. How to play? What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, so I was going through all these struggles, and I started making my own tea for my own self. And I started making it because, same to you, sunny side up. Have a good day. How are you? How are you? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. But what I did is I learned how to take something that it spoke to me. And what it said, it was a message to me. The best way to put it is it was a message. Because I was convinced I was broken, right? Many, many people told me I was broken. I'd been through all this, and I had struggles, and people used that as a way to keep me dim, to keep me in my box, to shut me up. And the message that I got when I saw those fruit, yes, they were on the reduced shelf, which, by the way, none of us should ever be reduced. But what they said to me is battered, bruised, unwanted, they still had value. Just because maybe not everybody saw all the value in them just yet, they had value. So, for whatever reason, I bought a whole bunch of fruit off the shelf, and I started mixing and matching it in my tea that I had already made. And what I found was the cleaning, the cutting, the putting them in the dehydrator became so cathartic for me, and understood at the end while I was cleaning them and cutting them, and still I do. I was reminding them they have value, and you're going to become a tea that people are going to enjoy. And I was drinking it all the time. Didn't even think about selling it at this time. I was just sharing it with friends, and the way it was so cathartic for me to do that, and then realizing that it had value, and every time I did that, it kept, like, to me in my brain saying, you have value too, like, you matter too. And it just kept reminding me, and eventually doing it every day became such a schedule. It was like a peacetime for me, and it became a regulation. So in those moments, I could just zone out. I could enjoy the peace of it, and I could dream. I could dream about what I wanted to do. And that's where my business kind of came into play. That's with the tea. And, then I started making the content, and I made my journals. I have a short reflection story. I don't have my whole life story, but I did that. In that time, it allowed me to get out of the chaos. It allowed to get me to get out of the fear, out of all of the things that were happening. No matter how bad it was, I had that, and I could focus on that. And in that moment, there was so much to be grateful for, which is why the backbone of my business is my gratitude tea. That's what I named it, and that's what it's for. But that's my one thing that allows me that space. That is just the time for me. Going, okay, good night. Have a good night. Nice to meet you. Thanks for stopping by. And it really was. It was a space that created safety for me. So when you understand that maybe that first 2 minutes might seem kind of weird or awkward, but whatever it is that actually brings you that space of peace, the idea is to expand it out as much as you can. And once you realize that that is the space and the thing that brings you peace, use that to your advantage. That's your peace time. That's your everything is good here. I'm safe here. There's nothing to worry about here. And then what happens? You start dreaming. You start dreaming big. You start dreaming about the things you want to do. That's why it's so important. Self-care and gratitude are one and the same. And when you start affirming the affirmations, that's when you really start stepping up, right? That's when you start showing yourself what really matters. And when you show up like that, you have to be accountable, because you're speaking your greatness. Your body, your soul, everything about you automatically follows by default, because you're speaking it. And the thing about accountability is when you start speaking it, your body, your thoughts, everything must align. It takes practice, but once you start doing it, it becomes, it's inherent. It's just like breathing. And that's the idea, is these small little things, those small little moments, those things that bring you joy and allow you that safe space. Once you know what it is and you can pinpoint it, that means you can always come back to it. And when you can always come back to it, chaos, fear, shame, guilt, any of those things, they got to go. Because as soon as you can recognize that's what's happening in your brain, oh, I'm going to go cut some fruit. Oh, I'm going to go do this. Oh, I'm going to go for a jog. Oh, that exercise. Maybe I can't do a full 20 minutes, but I can do 5 minutes, and I can get that energy out. And in that space, you allow yourself time. That's where you start those great ideas, those flashes, those sparks, those whatever. They come into your brain, and you're like, where'd that come from? That's your highest self saying, I see you showing up, and I'm willing. I want to give you this. And if you follow those little nudges, it's your space. Novelty, how are you? I hope you had a really good week. And then this was the self-care one. By the open air, I swore out my list of pleasures. Sprig of lilac, scent of pine, the sparrows bathing in the drainage ditch, their song. Today, try to notice small daily happenings in your environment. I swear I was just talking about this. What if these mundane events were sacred spells, calling out their secrets to the universe? It's so funny that that's what I was talking about. Those small little things that we do, the smallest, the redundant, the things that we think don't mean nothing. I hope that's great.
I found my favorite animal in the book.
You found your favorite animal. You want to show them your favorite animal? Hold on, Miss Grace needs some attention. Oh, that's why it's so dark. Maybe I didn't turn my light on. Why didn't? Where is
I'll
it?
turn it on.
No, not that one. This one, baby. Hold on. Let me see if this works. I don't know. Y'all can probably see me fine though. Hold on, Grace. You're making me stress. There. Oh, that might be too bright. Oh, whatever. Okay, now you can here. You can say hi. Show them your book.
What?
Okay, I'm coming on my lap. Hold on. We have a visitor for a moment. She has to. Okay, show them your book.
This has my
You gotta hold it so they can see.
Look.
Who is that? Is that your kitty cat? Yeah. What's your kitty cat's name?
Baby who?
Baby who?
I wasn't baby who. If I get baby
Baby Luca. Okay, go play. Thank you for sharing. It's beautiful. Okay, you're gonna poke me in the face with it. Okay, go play. When I'm done, we'll go outside. Well, it's not windy now. You can go outside and play if you want. It looks a little wet still, though.
I'm gonna
It's up to you, but you gotta put your boots on and a jacket. Yeah, she wants to share her book. She likes to tell stories, and then but the funny thing is, she always starts the story, and I don't even want to laugh about it because I'm just as bad. She starts the story, and then she'll be like mid-sentence, and you're like, and you're waiting, and then she goes way off, all the way over here, and you're like, but what? And I can't even say anything because I do the same thing. So there's like, who am I to judge, right? Okay, and then we have one more self-care that flipped out. Invoke the learning of every suffering you ever suffered. Contemplate what it might be like to allow yourself to be more vulnerable in your work environment. What growth might this inspire? Now, it's not, your work environment doesn't like, this is my work environment, right? So it depends on what it is, and some of us stay-at-home moms, all of those things. Your work environment is your surroundings. And sometimes it just means being more vulnerable with yourself, right? Because just noticing the things, the struggles, that's where it's at, right? The noticing is giving yourself grace. Hey, she left the door wide open. She's loving that. Hold on, I'm going to try and do this. Hopefully I don't drop you guys. Look at this kid. I don't know if you can see her at the window. It was just raining and storming. Oh, maybe you can't see her. There we go. I almost lost my finger for that thing. She's climbing up. It's right, but whatever. We're home. She can come in. Sorry, guys. She's so happy about it, though. I don't want to tell her no, but she's gonna go down that slide and get soaked. Oh well. She left the door open. Give me 1 sec. I gotta shut it. My whole area is a mess because I was doing laundry, I was folding laundry, and I had to chase her down. She unfolded it because she was helping me. So I have way more work to do later, but I'm not struggling over it. It is what it is. All right, I just want to have one message on kind of what we're talking about, what the goal is for the week, something to focus on. Just one, please. That's the one. Inner Earth. Yeah, I'm going to read this one. It's really good. And then Empathic Starseed. So that was at the bottom of the deck. And the reason I'm talking, and loosen your grip. So the deck closed like that. That's interesting. What Well, what it's saying is, this is your inner earth, right? But when you learn how to treat it the same way you would um, your garden, right? Treat it just like that. You have to understand what feelings are yours, what are not yours, what people are projecting, what's a fear. Oh, that's not actually how I feel. That's just a fear that's programmed. Learning how to find that balance. The only way you're going to find it is by checking your inner earth, by figuring it out what it is you feel, and then when you can say, that's not mine, you can let it go. And that's what's more important. Let me see if I can find it. There it is. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Inner Earth, also known as Agartha, is believed to be a hidden subterranean world within the planet itself. Many ancient cultures mention it in their stories, and it's said some of the beings of the ancient lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and, oh Lord, Aryavarta, I know I butchered that, sorry guys, went there. Hindu and Celtic lore mention caves and entrances to underground worlds. Tibetan Buddhism refers to the secret mystical city of Shambhala, which is thought to be located in the Himalayas. She's quiet out there. Many have searched for inner earth in the physical world, but without success. So the mystery continues. Is it a place that exists in the physical or on another level of consciousness? There are solutions beyond what you can perceive, surprising outcomes to your problems and situations, resolutions that are in the best interest of all involved. If you find yourself facing an obstacle or feeling stuck and you have no idea what to do, you're being reassured there is a way out. You'll survive this and things will work out. You don't have to be in survival mode. I love that. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up your energy and shift your thinking. Get up and move. Tap your hand, tap your forehead, tap your elbow, do anything. Put on some music, clean the house. This is how we change it and we focus our energy to the best. Try something you wouldn't normally do. Soon you'll see that whole new worlds of solutions are available, not just survival, life or death. The things that are previously beyond your focus will present themselves. Helpful people, signs from the universe, and support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so you can receive them. Don't get stuck in the shoulda, woulda, couldas, the worry, the fear, the anxiety. You just got to do something different. You got to show up differently. You got to say, I'm open to receive. I'm open to learning. What can you do to shift your energy or your outlook? And as you can see, it's just going along with the other one that was telling us, find out what it is that brings you joy. What is the thing that brings you peace and allows you calm? And it's just more of that, learning what that is. Pinpointing one or two or three things that really bring you joy and making that time for yourself. Using that time to manifest, to listen, to say, I'm open to receiving. She's on the trampoline. There's so much for her to play with now. She's so happy. And I really like that. And I think that's kind of going to be what the theme of the week is here. We're just figuring out what it is that brings you joy and making those moments for yourself. So I think, like, hey, you're a mom of 5. What is it that, like, I know I'm picking on you for a moment here, but in all of the things that you do in a day, and I know you do a lot because you're a mom of 5, what is the one thing that brings you joy? Is it when you're crocheting, and it doesn't have to be just one thing, but is it those moments that you get to do those things? And if it is, are you making time to do that, right? It's not about, and if you're not, it's not about giving yourself trouble for not doing it. It's about saying, can I make some time to do that? Can I schedule some time? And you know what's really cool when you schedule some time for yourself is, for this 20 minutes, I'm going to do this one thing. And then you show up to do it. You know what that actually does? One, you're showing your commitment to yourself. The universe is going to show up for you. But 2, it tells yourself, your inner self, your subconscious, the one that you don't realize is thinking and doing all these other things, it tells them that You're just as important as a doctor's appointment, as a job interview, as these things that you set appointments for and you show up for. Now you're putting yourself at the top of the list because you're showing up for them and you're prioritizing it just as much as you would those appointments. And that tells your body, look at the bottom of the deck, it says yes. If that's not confirmation, I didn't even shuffle. Like it's just saying that's the truth. When you schedule that time, you hold yourself accountable. And it's not about punishing yourself if you don't show up, but it's about saying, okay, maybe I didn't do the greatest, but we're going to try again tomorrow. And eventually, the fact that you're intentionally trying, your intent is to do this, you will get better at it and the commitment becomes easier. I've been working on it with my rebounder. I got that one for exercise, and instead of going all crazy, I'm doing like the 5 minutes a couple times a day, but I'm doing it not the crazy bouncing. I'm just doing the bouncing movements, getting the balance. And as much as I want to do more, I'm making myself just do that because I don't want to overpower myself or I don't want to overwork and then be like, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. Right. So sometimes it feels kind of monotonous, but in doing that 31-13, right, I know that if I make it too hard or I feel sore, then I'm not going to continue to show up. So by making it a little more monotonous and committing that 5 minutes a couple times a day instead of 20 minutes or a half hour, I allow myself the space to show up in a better, in a happy way. Like I'm willing, I want to do it. So that's kind of what I've been doing, and it seems to be working. And it's just about learning what your capacity is, but also when you show up and schedule for yourself like that, you remind yourself just how important you actually are. Uh, and then take a break. And there's a birthing a new age and take a break. And it's so funny that it says take a break because that's kind of the whole thing we've been talking about. Whatever it is, finding that one thing to do and making that space. So let's see what this says. That's kind of funny. Like when I tell you the confirmation is no joke. Can I find it though? Usually when I struggle to find the page, it means that the page number means it has an angel number, which is 82. So if you ever do your homework, just go type it in, angel number 82. It will have an extra message, which is also about abundance and balance, right? Finding that balance, which would be taking a break. So 82. I heard you outside. She's good. All right. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. That means don't stay going, don't keep pushing, don't over push. It's okay to take a break and enjoy your creations. To take a moment from your busy schedule to get off the treadmill of life. I cannot believe the confirmations when they come out like this. It's beautiful. To appreciate and acknowledge all that you have created, achieved, released, or experienced before rushing on to the next thing. To be in the moment and enjoy where you are. To take a breath and regather your mind, body, and spirit. To recalibrate, appreciate, and celebrate. To decide on what you really want to experience next. If you take a moment, you're not going to miss out. Perhaps you have just completed a big project, manifested something significant in your life, released an old way of being, or just been burning the candle at both ends. Now is the time to take some time out before rushing on to the next thing. You did it. Enjoy yourself and recalibrate. Go on vacation, book a massage, take long walks in nature, go away for a rejuvenating weekend to recharge and replenish. Take a break and a breath. Have I what? A bucket? Why is your whole jacket soaked? Are you soaking wet?
No, my bucket, that's all.
Your bucket is in your room where you left it. It is pretty soaked. Are you soaking wet?
Yeah.
Is it just your jacket that's soaking wet? She's having fun. It's in your room where you put it. Well, you have to open your eyes and look. If you cleaned your room, it would be a lot easier. She don't like that word. So yeah, it's just another confirmation. Learning how to take that break, and then birthing a new age. Also, this one is important, and it's funny that that snuck in behind it because when you're creating and you're building these things, it takes time to nurture them. It takes time to bring it to ground it into this earth, right? Did you find it? I didn't hear you. Don't worry about the washer and dryer. Go find your bucket. That's what you asked for. Okay, well, don't leave the door wide open. Sorry, guys. This is my life. You just shut the door. Why can I not find... Okay, apparently these numbers are important today. 92. So 82 and 92. Something about those twos. That's the balance, right? Duality and balance, which is really important. All right. Birthing new creations. Dreaming a new world into being. Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Goga, good morning. How are you? Oh, I guess it's good afternoon now. Welcome. I was so glad. I was just talking about it too. I was starting my live and I almost didn't do it, and I'm like, no, I promise I would. I have to do it. But Dee Bosway, that lady is phenomenal, and she's right up my alley. And I was like, oh, I love this already. So I waited till the very end to leave because I didn't want I didn't want to leave in the middle of it. I was like, I have to go, but I loved it so much, and I ordered her 2 books. 2 of them, I didn't go crazy. I'm behaving. But I'm excited for that. It was really a good show. All right, this one is, right now we're in translation, in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead, we need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You are a part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history, preparing for this exact time. Dreaming a new world into being, Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, Essenes, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from times past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. And then there's an affirmation for this. Yeah, I definitely, I'm going to see her as soon as I've done this. And the only reason I made myself do this is because I committed to it. And I'm like, I can't keep changing it. I can't keep changing it and putting it off. I trying to do it. Still need that clock it emoji. Oh, Novelty. Yeah, Novelty has it. She knows. It's on there. I don't know. I forget where it is, but she needs it on hers, eh? I am open to surrendering to the creations that are wanting to be birthed through me. May I be of service in a way that delights my mind, my body, and my soul. Please use me. Please lead me. Show me the way. And the reason, I know you came a little late, but the ones that I did my self-care and the gratitude and all those ones, and everything that I was talking about was learning how to take a break. And I was learning how to expand it. Whether it's not about judging the amount of time, right? Obviously, meditation for you is fantastic. For me, I struggle with it. I'm always moving. Sitting still is not a thing. As much as I want it to be, it's not. But learning how to understand what it is, and I kind of explained a little bit how making my tea was my break. It was my mind break. I was in survival mode for so long. Being able to chop the vegetables and clean them and understand that even beat, battered, bruised, they still had value. So, and every time I did that, the whole act of doing that was for me something that spoke to me and said, you still have value, you still have value, keep showing up, keep showing up. And that little take a break, and that's what that was to me. It was a break for my mind, for my body, for my soul. And yes, I stood there, and sometimes my back hurt when I was doing it. But what it did is it regulated my nervous system. It helped me realize that I was safe and there was other options. Everything wasn't life and death. So those little take a breaks, those little moments, figuring out that moment of whatever it is that you do, it doesn't have to be a specific thing. That little moment that brings you joy. If we can get it to 2 minutes, if we can start at 2 minutes and we can expand it out to 3. We don't punish ourselves if we don't make 2 minutes. We say, okay, well, we'll try again next time. And we're going to keep going until we get good at 2 minutes. And then we're going to raise it up to 3 and 4 and 5 and whatever. And if we got to do 2 minutes 10 times a day, it doesn't matter. It's learning that that time is for us and we're being accountable and trying to do it. And if we can't, and if something happens, we're not punishing ourselves for it. We're saying, okay, next time we're going to try this. Or maybe we go 10 minutes and we do it again, right? Let's try those 2 minutes this time, right? Sorry, I got to check on my daughter. She's very quiet out there. And that makes me actually sweat. And I don't see her on the playset. Give me 1 sec. She took all the laundry I was folding and unfolded it on the back of my couch. Are you good, Grace? Okay, I'm just making sure you're good. You always manage to go play right where I can't see you. So I got laundry everywhere. I got her mess everywhere. So guys, we roll with it. Okay. Are you in or are you out? Okay, take your boots and coat off. It's cold out there, eh? She had fun. Alright, can I have one? Okay, can I actually, do you want me to shop? I should have looked at that first, but that's okay. What is the message? Is this still the same? Balance, spirituality, and practicality. I knew that was, I literally could see the card. And that's what I talk about all the time. Accountability, balance. I want you to dream big and then dream bigger, of course. And it's not about knowing all of the steps, but if you can take one step towards it and start trusting, not only one step towards it, the next one starts opening up, the next opportunity. It might even be a side step on the path, but it's something that you're going to learn and grow with. And if you take the trust and you do that, and the only way you're going to listen to those nudges and know what they are is when you can clear that mind. Oh, here's my helper, my messy helper. Say hi. Very cool. Look at your wild hair. Did I tell you guys she cut her hair? She cut her hair. 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes. I swear. It was too quiet and I started to be, oh, Grace, your toes hurt. 5 minutes, she got too quiet and I started sweating. You're wild. You're wild. Wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want to.
Don't say I don't love. Why are you growling? Okay, go play. I'm almost done, bud.
No, I want Mr. Noodles.
Why are you growling?
I want Mr. Noodles.
Okay, I'll make Mr. Noodles in a minute when I'm done.
Cookie Gaga.
Are you starving? We made nachos last night that we could have fed 10 people with, and I was like, we'll just use the rest of these nacho chips, and it was just too much, way too much. It's like we should have just fed the whole neighborhood. And I wish there was nobody even out there. I would have fed the neighborhood. Okay.
You don't want me.
Why are you yelling like that? And stop kicking that laundry. We're gonna fight, dude.
I don't want baby Luca.
Do you want to fight?
I don't want baby Luca.
You do so love baby Luca. Pick up your mess.
I'm not going to walk.
You have to pick up your mess.
I don't want baby.
Success after a setback. So it is. It's talking about growth.
Why are you going to say?
Why are you yelling at me?
Mama, I don't want baby Luca. Say, why are you going to say yes?
But why are you telling me what I have to say? So we're discovering that our growth after setbacks, all things that happen, they come from those pauses, those moments, those figuring out what it is where we trust ourselves. the things that we are good at, the things that bring us joy, because it also empowers us. It makes us more confident, and it does many, many things to keep us motivated, keep us showing up. And once we're empowered and once we start building that confidence, things become a lot easier. And it's a lot easier to show up because you don't have to sweat it out. You don't have to worry as much. You don't have that fear. Where's my drink? I cannot with this child. The whole pile of laundry is now unfolded beside her. The life of a mother. It's never ending. Sorry, sometimes we just have to laugh because it is what it is. All right, are we going to do this one? Also, this is just energy check-in. So for all the new people that popped in, even if you're hiding in the bushes, this is a question time. So as long as we're not asking what the ex-boyfriend is doing or if they're going to come back or things like that, if we're asking questions, kind of things that are going on in life, I can help you clarify the questions if you're unsure exactly what you're wanting to ask, but I can also help you find the answers. When I'm here doing this, I always love to do that and help answers, but I just need you to understand that I'm doing these energy like this. I'm always checking the energy so we kind of have a grasp on what we're looking to do. My goal isn't to tell you your future ever. It's to tell you how to get to your best future. So I will always help you clarify your answers, because if you just ask me, am I going to get a job next week? Like, that's just silliness, right? Because are you even applying? Are you doing this? Are you doing, like, there's a million things that are going to result. And because it is energy and it's fluid and ever moving, the moment I give you an answer, it's going to completely change the outcome, right? Because if I tell you, yeah, you're going to get the job, and then you're like, oh, well, I don't even have to bother trying. She said I'm going to get the job. And what it does is become a crutch, and it makes it harder for you to do the things that you're going to do. So instead of doing that, clarifying and checking in and getting clear with what it is you're actually wanting. And of course, checking in with yourself, because you have to be accountable. What I've always learned, time and time again, you learn everything at a certain level. God teaches you, the universe teaches you, people teach you. Like, it's the universe, it's God teaching you, no matter where the lesson comes from. But when we understand that in any scenario, when we do everything that we possibly learned to this point, God doesn't expect us to sit around and wait for it. God expects us to go out and do every single thing that we have possibly learned. Do we have to do it all at once? No. The idea is that as we're learning and doing better, we're constantly striving to achieve our best self.
Yellow bag?
Yellow bag or what?
Noodle.
Yeah, when it's time, you have to be patient. Nice try, bud. Yeah, you do, but you're not getting them right now. You're literally eating chips. She's starving, my lord.
I want to for my kitty.
Yeah, well, you don't need noodles for your kitty, so sit down.
I'm just looking for her to give her a hug.
Okay, we'll find her and give her hugs.
No, a hug.
Okay, so
Yes.
there's always distractions when the kiddo is home. I love her, but it is what it is, and we all work together. But the point of what I was trying to say is, when you're doing everything that you possibly know, Grace, no yelling, nope, that's the boundary, and you know that. And stop unfolding the laundry. Oh, my Lord. Okay, so when you're doing everything that you've learned, so it doesn't mean you have to be perfect on anything. What it means is you have to do everything that you have learned up until this point. And when you get stuck anywhere, quagmire. What's that? I forget what show that's from. Anyways. Yeah, you have to do everything you can and then say, God, I leave it to you, and that's exactly what's going to happen, right? God will show through, or there will be something that shows up and leads you to your next step, shows you how to get there. But most often it's going to be okay, you've done, especially if you're showing up every day and doing what you're supposed to do, God will then just simply say, okay, watch this. And when God says, watch this, oh my Lord, it will fall into place. It's pretty amazing. All right, give me one on.
You can tell the bees.
Tell the bees?
They share the honey, and they will say yes.
If you tell the bees to share their honey, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, you have to ask nicely because I don't think they like if you just go take it all. But if you ask them nicely for a little bit, they might share.
Well, why do they share the honey?
She of the lotus. How did I end stepping through? Yeah, everybody's kind of getting it and understanding 2 steps through. That's what you got to do. What?
Huh?
Yes, the bees will share their honey if you ask nicely.
I love you.
All right, so angel number 43, also have a look. That is your stable foundation. You're spiritually as above, so below. There's many meanings to it, but the very basic of it is alignment and understanding your worth, building your solid foundation. And to do that is by being aligned, balanced, and learning and understanding the duality. We are our extremes. We are all capable of both ends of the spectrum. Learning to find that balance is where we find our biggest strengths. She of the Lotus. This one's long, but this is the whole thing that I talk about, that I teach. This is actually a really good confirmation. And when you learn and understand how to apply it, you can really create big change. Shadow work, addressing dissonance, seeing downfalls as the flip side of superpowers, loving yourself back to wholeness, the beautiful lotus that grows from murky waters, Miss Grace. You know the boundary. Disempowering triggers, bringing light into your dark corners. Originally, the title for this oracle deck was going to be The Language of Light. It was not actualized in that incarnation, as other layers of meaning needed to be honored. The fuller spectrum I was guided to bring through also included the shadow. In hindsight, choosing to deepen the message of balance that the Lemurians were bringing forth through this work meant I had to experience my shadow. My shadow encounters brought light into nooks I didn't know I had. If there is a way to fast track your growth, it is by being real with the shadowy or unloved parts of ourselves. There was a time when the concepts of shadow work and self-love seemed relevant, but I was vague as to what they really meant. I knew the next part of my journey was exploring them, but how that would happen was quite mystifying. The shadow and self-love are big topics to unpack, and unraveling them took me on quite an adventure. Unfortunately, I thought shadow work was about digging up as many issues as possible, and that being present with them meant wallowing in them. Without tools for expanded awareness, I found myself drowning deeper in the upset of it all and creating more of it in the process. My journey for clarity took me to Cambodia, where I met and mastered the art of perspective and indirectly finding growth points in a way that spoke to my being rather than my mind. That sparked a 3-month journey into the farthest reaches of myself. I realized I had a lot of unlearning and self-acceptance to do. Grace, Okay, so hug baby Luca, but I'm talking and reading, so I can't let you do that right now. You remember the rules, right? Okay. The years of trying to be the best that I could be created constructs of my self-identity. My striving wasn't as healthy as I thought. By discarding traits that seemed ugly or hindering, I was also rejecting sides of myself that were quite wonderful. There were 2 sides of the coin, and equally, they were part of my true nature. When we discard any part of ourselves, we are throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Often our greatest strengths are our weaknesses, and vice versa. When we reject or deny parts of ourselves, we end up feeling hollow, lost, and detached. When we take them out of the trash and work with them through compassion, gentleness, honesty, and non-judgment, we can shine a light on these shadows and see them for what they are. Incredibly, my perceived weaknesses vanished as I peeled the layers further and further back to explore the past experiences that accompanied them. Accepting the shadows enough to bring them into the daylight was usually all it took for them to dissipate. Their power dissolved, and I could see them for what they were, or rather were not. Paradoxically, self-love, Miss Grace, last warning. Paradoxically, self-love is a catalyst for transformation. Alchemizing painful triggers is an opportunity for awareness that helps us reclaim more of ourselves. As the dense spaces begin to evaporate, we can be filled with more light, more love, and we create an upward healing spiral. I have come to learn that shadow work and self-love are practices to implement on a day-to-day basis. When we merge this awareness with movement-to-movement consciousness, densities don't even get a chance to form. We can then live and love even bigger. And this is true freedom, self-empowerment, and where authentic love and light can radiate. A true light bringer shines light in all the corners so shadows can be acknowledged and released. Take a look at any unconscious patterns that may be running you. Are there elements of yourself you need to take out of the trash, dust off, and reabsorb? Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity in an area can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness. Wholeness in self-love. Peel back the layers where there are shame, guilt, or fear and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving, compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate so you can re-engage with your superpowers. You can't reach your superpowers when you're hiding the shame that it usually took to get those superpowers. One of those things that people forget, people talk about empaths all the time. It's scientifically proven. It is, it's not as woo-woo as everybody likes to say. It's scientifically proven, and it's a very high sensitivity, and it's there. 99.99999% of all of them was a trauma response. So you understand that fear, that trauma, that guilt, that shame, all of those things that happened, they happened and they created this gift, okay? And yes, when you learn to get out of the shame, fear, and guilt of all of it, being an empath is an absolute superpower when you know how to let it flow through you, right? You know how to hold what's yours, okay, and then let go what's not, right? You feel it, oh, that's not mine, it's got to go. And the only way to do that is to be able to find balance, to check in with yourself, to see how you're doing, to understand, to find those little small moments of joy, the things that bring you peace. And in those moments, you can feel exactly, this is me at peace. This is my 0 point. So I know that emotion is not mine. It's got to go. And what happens is when you get better at it, the reason I teach what I teach as much as I do, and teach it in bite-sized pieces, is because when you learn how to do that, you don't hold any emotions, right? You're always happy. You're good, because no matter what happens, it flows through. You become aware of it, you understand, you recognize what the trigger is, you pause for a moment, you validate it, you understand it, you get clarity, and then you make your movement forward, right? And when you learn to focus it like that, that's your alchemy of motion. And it takes time, it takes balance, but learning to do that is a superhuman strength. And being an empath actually, I don't want to say it makes it easier, it's probably actually a little harder, because the hardest part is learning how to sort through what's yours and what's not yours. What's a program, what's something that they're trying to make you believe, or that's projected, even from your own beliefs. What's projected, what's actual, like what actually is and what's in your brain, what your thought process is, how does your heart feel. Learning how to understand that and process that is a whole journey. But once you learn how to do it, being an empath is one of the greatest superpowers you could ever have. But when you actually look at it, it came from some of the greatest trauma that ever happened. So how would you know it's your superpower until you understand how to process it and sort through it? And if you just threw it away, you would just be a scrambled mess your whole life, because you wouldn't know how to process anything. You wouldn't know how you're feeling, and you would just shut off emotion. And emotion actually you can feel it in your entire body no matter what, which is the whole thing where disease comes from. Dis-ease, that's the nervous system dysregulation, all those things I was already talking about. When that happens, that's when we start to feel the sickness, that weight on our shoulders, the muscle tension, and it will, can and will eventually go into actual illness. It will just keep getting worse the more you pile on. So the idea isn't that we can fix everything in a day, but if we show up every day with just a little intention and showing up for ourselves and making those times, figuring out what it is that actually brings us that little bit of joy, figuring out what it is that creates that space for us so that we know how to come back to it. That's a tool. That's you putting a tool in your tool belt, which is what I talk about all the time. And you only need a few tools, right? It's just learning. Once you have 3 or 4 solid tools, knowing when to pull from them, knowing what to pull from them. We all know we have the capability of being absolute angels. We also know we have the capability of being absolute demons. You cannot tell me at any given time there's not a space in this world where somebody has the capacity to just murder somebody, right? I don't want to give examples, but protecting your children, things like that. The capacity is there. Whether it's intentional or not, the capacity is there. And when you understand that, and say, well, I understand that, but I would never let myself get to that point. That is you. That is your self-discipline. That is you showing up. That's you acknowledging we all have that capacity. And when you look from that point, you learn very clearly what that strength of empathy is, how that is a strength in your life, because you can read the room, the second you walk in, and that's for your protection. Those things, sometimes you don't even have to be in the room. When you learn and understand that those things that empower you, you would have never known it if you didn't take the time to learn and understand and know yourself. So what it's saying for this week is you're already kind of learning that, but now it's about packing that tool in your belt, understanding what that tool it is, what that one thing is that actually brings you joy, that 2 minutes a day, that 5 minutes a day, what you can commit to. I don't care if it's 2 minutes 10 times a day, right? It's what that is, and making yourself do it, showing up for yourself and saying, no, I really love when I do that, and it frees my mind. Taking those breaks and saying, I deserve them. I refuse to feel guilty for them because I deserve them. Even when there's a million things to do. And you know what? That was the hardest thing for me because I'm a single mom trying to build a business, trying to create content, trying to do all of the things. Sitting down or taking a moment for myself was like torture. It was literal torture because I didn't know how to do that. I only knew how to go, right? That's it. And once I made myself commit to that, I still try to sit and meditate sometimes. And once in a while I get a couple minutes in. But I find that I do it better when I'm moving. And I learned I can judge myself or feel bad because I can't sit still and meditate, or I can get up and do the dishes and turn my brain off and go on autopilot and actually dream of things. And then in the moments, when I first wake up in the morning, taking those 2 moments to not open my eyes yet, to just think about how I want my day to go. I make the most with intention of what I can do. And when I learned to do that, the guilt dissipated, the shame or the fear dissipated. Because the biggest thing was I wasn't doing it the way everyone's saying I have to do it. And that became such a thing. Well, I'm never going to learn. I'm never going to heal. I'm never going to this. And it became this thing where it was just this insurmountable mountain when I was healing the whole time. And I didn't, because I was so worried, well, I'm not doing it the way they say. It's wrong, and it's wrong, but why was it wrong? Because it was working for me, and it was allowing me that space, and working our way there, no matter how far we are along the way. Instead of saying what we aren't doing or what's not good enough, celebrate what we are, and trust that it is enough. And the more we celebrate it, the more there will be room for it. And it took a little while, but it works. It really does work. You come and say hi again. She loves the camera. This kid is a little ham. Your hair's wild.
No, it's never.
She cut her hair so short too.
No, I didn't.
I had to even it out some, but she won't even go to the hairdresser.
No.
Okay, can you let me finish? Oh, I'll do this one first. Okay, well, you're not being nice now. Let's be nice. My wild, wild, wild child. All right, can I have one angel number for the week ahead? I kind of like doing these as the week ahead. It really is nice, and it gives kind of a focus on unique skills. 14, Miss Grace, that's not nice, and you know that. Unique skills, life goals, purpose, mastery, integrity, career growth, ambition, focus, and important projects. This is time for intense self-development. Focus on refining your craft. You already have everything you need to succeed, but consistent practice will make you a true master. Use this time to align with your purpose and level up in your career or business. It's time to prioritize growth and achievement. So when you start seeing 1441 everywhere, and you'll be surprised how often it pops up. It'll pop up, and when you start noticing it once, you'll start noticing it again and again and again. And before we focus on your unique skills and what it actually means, what it's telling you, just understand that when you start seeing that number everywhere, one, it's just a confirmation of the message, but two, it's going to be a confirmation to you. What am I doing in this moment? What's going on around me? What's playing on the TV? What was I listening to? What's going on visually? And what's that saying to you is in that moment, whenever you see this, just take a moment and get present right here, right now, in this moment. Nothing else matters. Just what's going on around me, become aware, write down how is my body feeling, move your fingers, your toes, how am I feeling? Do I feel good? It's about being present, checking in, and also what you're automatically doing is taking that moment to celebrate yourself. You're understanding right away, because as soon as you pause and you recognize that number and you take that moment to get present, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to flash into your brain. What is a unique skill of mine? And it's going to come. It's going to be something weird and random, and you're going to be like, where'd that come from? But it's going to pique your curiosity. And when it piques your curiosity just like that, if you're brave enough to follow the nudge, I promise you it's going to take you to your best end result. And it may not be for 10 years before you realize where it actually took you. But it's about following those nudges and celebrating your little wins. And when you get to the other side, you're going to be like, holy crap, how did that happen? I promise you, it's about the journey. It really is. It's not about the end result. Unexpected shift. 0505. We got those numbers going on today. Divine guidance, transformation. Divine guidance was what I was telling you when that number comes. It's exactly what it is. Transformation, love, serendipity, intuition, adaptability, and new opportunities. A sudden change is coming, encouraging you to follow your true passions. While it may disrupt your current path, it will lead you to where you belong, whether that's a loving relationship, your dream career, or a new location. Embrace the unexpected, trust your instincts, and welcome the opportunities that arise. This one, the chance that you see this one is probably going to be way higher than the other one. 1441 is still a good one, and it will pop out. But the 0505, that one is a clarity. That's change. And when we start to fear change, that's the biggest thing. When we fear change, we keep ourselves small. We keep ourselves locked in a corner. We don't allow ourselves the space to step outside the box, to get uncomfortable, to figure out why we're uncomfortable in that moment. And sometimes, why does that make me uncomfortable? Why does that bring fear? Why does that make me nervous? What's the worst that could happen? Am I going to die? Because when we look at it, am I going to be embarrassed? Who cares? And maybe that's just me because of what I've been through. It's not that I'm desensitized to it, but it's also like, when you've overcome so much and you've had to literally belly crawl through the mud to get your face up to the air so you could breathe before you could even see the light, embarrassment just becomes something you just can't care about anymore. You're just like, it is what it is. And as long as I'm not doing that again, not as long as I don't have to go through or endure that again, nothing is that bad. And when you start, if there's ever anything you should compare, you never compare to somebody else and what they're doing. But if you start comparing to some of the things that you've already overcome, and you're like, man, nothing was that bad. I don't think anything could beat that. So when that fear comes in, you say, man, it ain't that. I don't got to deal with that. And you celebrate it. Miss TT, how are you? Welcome back. Welcome back. So I tell these things that I do, and I teach what I teach. And when I was telling you about the alchemy of motion, that's what I teach. And right now, that's actually what it's talking about. And it's going back the best way to do it. I thought, and I did it a little more repetitive than I will in the future. But the reason I did is because if you go back to my fire and flow, to my grace and the grind, to my accountability, and now the alchemy of motion that I'm doing, I broke it down the way I did so that you can see, and each one in each stage, in each thing, if you watch, and if you're anything like me and you have pattern recognition and you see each time I talk about it, if you go back, you can go back to each one, and every time it's going to bring you back to the same thing. This one or two things, the tools in your belt, the getting curious, the asking questions, the not judging. These are simple things that you can do, and it's just an active choice. It doesn't have to be craziness. It's just a simple thing you can do. But if you go back to each one and understand that each stage of the game, it was the same couple things, and you pick them out and you say, oh, well, I do that already. Yeah, I know you do. That's the whole point. But if you noticed it a little bit more, and if you celebrated yourself instead of going, oh, that's not a big deal, and actually kind of made it a big deal and said, man, that is really a strength. And if I celebrate that a little more, well, yeah, I could probably do that a little more. Then I wouldn't get as angry. Then I would have much more to be happy about because I don't have to be stressed because I know how to make myself happy every single time. I know how to come back. I know how to figure it out. I know how to process it and keep on moving. And keep moving with more energy because now that anger, fear, any of those things, I have all of that energy. And instead of exploding, I can focus it, pinpoint, and go exactly where I want to go to learn, to grow, to create, to build. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. And if you go through all of those things and you start seeing the pattern and you start seeing what they are, you're going to be like, oh, well, yeah, I already do that. Yeah, you kind of do. You miss it in sometimes the important parts where you really wish you had did that. But if you can start recognizing it and saying, yeah, I do that. I do that here. I do that there. Why couldn't I try that here? Why couldn't I just take it a little extra one step? Why couldn't I just think about it? Take that one pause and see where that could take me. It's such a small thing, but those pauses, that little break, that little moment can absolutely change your life, like your whole entire life. Affirm your greatness. Show up. You know, that affirmation, write 10 of them. I have a thing on my wall, on my other wall over here that I made, my affirmation board. I don't know if you can see it. My house is a mess. That little pink thing right there up on the wall, that is my affirmation board. I sell them on my website. Mine is not as fancy a version, although it should be. But each day you collect one affirmation. You say one affirmation, you write it down, and one what I'm grateful for, whatever it may be. And at the end of the week, it's two-sided, so you write it nice and big so you can see it. At the end of the week, you have 7 things for sure, and there's many, many more, but 7 things for sure that you're grateful for, and 7 affirmations that you can repeatedly say. And every time you look at that board, you do it. And then next week, you redo it. And if you don't want to do it next week, leave those same 7 until you're ready and you come up with more, right? I hear you can't cook. Oh, you talking crap to Miss Gigi. She was at the fair and it's so funny. I had to pause my little moment here. I was trying to see what show it was there because she was in St. Lucie Fair, and that made me laugh so hard. It's been over a decade. It's been almost 20 years since I worked there. But I I worked the Port St. Lucie Fair. I used to live on Okeechobee Road in Fort Pierce. And I worked at the Port St. Lucie. I worked at the Walmart for 2 years, right before I had my daughter. My daughter still lives in Port St. Lucie. My adult daughter. But she's like, yeah, we're at the fair. I'm like, where are you at? She's like, the St. Lucie Fair. I'm like, no way. I haven't been there in so long. I used to work there. My ex-husband owned the roller coaster. I don't know if they still go there with the roller coaster or not, but I just thought that blew my mind. And I was watching it. I think it's Name Amusements that was there, but that gave me a giggle. I was like, holy, talk about memories. So that was pretty wild. Yeah, it was pretty neat. I haven't been to Fort Pierce in probably almost 18 years anyway. So, but I lived there for 10 years, and I traveled with the carnival for 25. But 10 of those years, I traveled Canada and U.S. and that kind of blew my mind. It was a little moment down memory lane, let me tell you. All right, so now we're at the affirmation stage, and pretty much the theme of the week, it seems, finding out what that tool is, to take a break, the thing that you can celebrate yourself, whether it's a 5-minute hot bath, whether it's knitting for 20 minutes, whether it's getting on the rebounder, going for a jump, going for a walk, whether it's yoga. What is that thing? And can be many, but just pick one so we can focus in on it for the week. What is the one thing that brings me joy? What is the thing that makes me happy, makes me feel safe, that I don't have to worry about what's going on, the vulnerabilities, all of the things. Yes, the laundry. I don't even want to look at my couch right now. But I have to give her credit though. So she thinks she's helping, so I can't even be mad. But I finished the first basket, the second was in the dryer, and she went back with the basket, opened the dryer, and pulled it all out and put it in the basket. So she wants to help. We're just working on the folding.
Yeah, and I just want to help my mom.
You do just want to help your mom, and I know that, and I appreciate that so much.
With their moms and dads and blood and sisters. And kids love to help their moms and dads and brothers and sisters.
They do very much, yes.
This one better have two dads, mom and brother and sister.
She talks fast, Dave. Oh my God, I can't stop laughing. She did help me. She helped me very much.
I love my baby Wilka.
And I can't even say anything because I'm trying to, I don't want to say clear the clutter, but I'm trying to organize my work desk and my workspace. And so I have to build these shelves and do all the things. And I got everything kind of pulled out so I could organize it where I wanted it. And then all the chaos happened and all the stuff came, her play set and all of the other stuff, her toy box and all the things to organize her room showed up. So all my stuff got put to the side, and now it got put to the side and is piled up. So now I got to get my crap together. I was just talking about you, Miss TT. Where were you? I was talking about you being at the fair yesterday. Okay, I'm almost done.
Me.
Don't yell at me. Be nice.
And say my kid was still with me.
And do what?
And say my kid was still with me.
Your cat will eat your noodles with you?
No, my kid was with. My kid was still with me.
Were you here when I was talking about it, Miss TT?
Huggy.
Okay, sit down. I'm almost done. I was talking about you being at the Fort Pierce Fair, the St. Lucie Fair. I used to live in Fort Pierce. Yeah, I lived there. That's why I was laughing yesterday. It was a trip down memory lane. The Port St. Lucie Fair. I actually worked I lived on Okeechobee Road, 12106 Okeechobee Road is where I lived for 10 years. Yeah. My oldest daughter still lives there. Yeah, she lives she lives in Port St. Lucie, but I worked at the Port St. Lucie Walmart for 2 years while I was pregnant with my daughter. Not her, my oldest daughter. But I traveled with the carnival for 25 years. Yeah, it just blows my mind. That's why when you said that, I would always play Miami-Dade County Youth Fair. I played West Palm, Orlando. I played all West Palm. No, Orlando was a different one. Grace, stop that. St. Augustine, was it St. Augustine, Florida? We played all kinds of. We played everywhere in Florida, and I was there for 10 years. And but I haven't been there in like 18. That's why I was like, when you said you were in Port St. Lucie, I was like, oh my God, small world, because I lived there for so long. And yeah, I used to work at the St. Lucie, the Walmart in Port St. Lucie. I worked night shift because it's the 24-hour Walmart. They don't have that here in Canada. That broke my heart a little bit. I know, I do. I need to come for a visit at least. My ex there was a little psycho, so but we're older now, so who knows. But there was a lot of trauma and a lot of good times that happened there. But I really did. I loved Florida. It was a good space. There's good and bad memories, but the U.S. Highway one, yeah, I'm Port St. Lucie, right off the highway. Yeah. It's a 24-hour, there might be another one there now. It's been so many years, but so my daughter, it's been 17 or 18 years, so I worked there for 2 years. I don't remember what year it was. I feel like it was 2005 maybe when I left. Something like that. You live 5 minutes from there. Well, if you lived there for a long time, you've probably seen me like 20 years ago. And I look pretty much the same. I worked night shift always. I did the inventory management. So, oh no, I did go to day shift when I got pregnant. Yeah, I did do day shift sometimes, but because I did inventory management, so I did do all the scanning and pulling and all the stuff that goes out. Yeah, I did that. 2018. Oh yeah, I wasn't there then. But my ex's family all live in New York. I'm in New Jersey actually, but yeah, that's funny. It's just a small world, eh? The way things play out. And yeah, I really do miss Florida. Florida was one of my favorite spaces. I miss swimming. I miss the beach. I miss all the outdoor activities. We had a big property too, so we did a lot. Yeah, I'm in Canada. I'm in BC. I actually lived in Ontario for most of my life, like all over Ontario, but most of my life. And then when we decided we needed to heal and things needed to change, we needed to get away from the toxicity, we moved out to BC, and it's just me and Grace. And we've been happy ever since.
When it's nighttime, we can leave this home.
Why? You want to leave this home at nighttime? Why?
Well, why wouldn't we wait in the daytime, right?
Well, we can come and go whenever we want. It's our home.
We can.
Out of that warm to the cold. Yeah. Well, I came from the cold to the warm, back to the cold. I'm hoping someday to live back in the warm. I always used to joke. My mom messed up big time because I was supposed to be a tropical baby. And she messed up big time. She did not make me a tropical baby. However, I did move there for a bit. So there's still hope that I will be a tropical old lady someday. There is still hope. I'm still praying. I have to make jokes, but as long as the winters actually here aren't bad. We didn't have no snow this year, none at all. And Ontario got a boatload. I was like, glad it wasn't me. I don't want to laugh at anybody's pain, but I was like, I did that. I don't want to do it again. So I don't feel that guilty anymore. Well, yeah, that was it. That was, when I tell you, that was a blast from the past when I saw that yesterday. And I was like, I thought I saw a couple people that were actually working. I saw their faces, like, I know you. And I was like, no, we're not going there. Let your daughter, let your daughter petition for you. Oh, I don't need, I know, I was a permanent resident there. Vevicte. You got some crazy fangs. Yeah, and I bite if you piss me off, just so you know. I'm just kidding. I don't bite unless I'm hungry or mad. That's fair. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I was a permanent resident. I would have to start over again no matter what to move down. But I don't have to. I don't know. I wouldn't. When I did it, it cost me like $28,000 to become a. Oh yeah, I lost it. When I came back to Canada, I had to let it go. But because I did that, like I didn't lose it on the bad. Like I didn't do anything bad. I just let it expire because I moved back to Canada. But because I didn't do anything wrong, I'm not a criminal. I don't have a criminal record. None of that stuff. It would just be reinstating it, which would be no big deal at all. So yeah, I have no fear of that. That in itself, going as if I want to, and I'm still looking. I'm saving my money and all that good stuff. And when I get to an idea to buy a place, I'm gonna figure out where it is. Are you on a laptop? Oh, I don't see any of that stuff. Oh, but I see. Oh no, not there. See, I can never see the lives properly. All right, let me get through these, and then I gotta feed my kiddo because she's starving, eating chips, but starving. Yeah, I have to start all over. That's okay though. It's not something I'm not like. The process isn't bad if you don't have anything. The only difference is I'm not married, so. Like I married someone in the U.S., so the process was a little different. But if I was to go as a single person, I don't know how it would work. But because I was there before, I don't see it being a problem. I still know my, what is it called? Social Security number. I still have it. Is it something going on with your system, Goga? Like, is your YouTube not working? I know mine was weird and wouldn't load right the other day. And I can't see here. Hold on. Let me see if I can see it on my computer. I want to go. You're just saying, like, the rest are just blue dots. Like the other screens, the other lives? Are you live, Miss Gigi? I don't see you. My computer's weird though. Sometimes. I don't know. Oh, okay. First live. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I so suck at this stuff. And I finally understood. So, oh, since you're here, Goga, since you're here, Anna was telling me I have to be horizontal, no, vertical, which is this one, I think, the mobile, um, for watch hours or whatever, all that stuff. But what I'm not understanding is, do I have to do that on, like, how can I make it vertical on the computer, or can I not? It has to be on mobile. Like that, I was a little confused and I didn't understand what that meant. And I tried to do it. Turtle time. It's ma'am to you, but welcome. I don't care. Call me what you want. I hope you're having a blessed day. 3. Yeah, I don't see it. It doesn't work. I'm very well. Fabulous, actually. There you go. I don't know. I don't know what the... So when you went live, Miss TG, because you would be live on the computer, and then you were live on the phone. Did you need a special app to do that, or were you just live on both devices? So you were on the computer and the phone. Oh, because you're on StreamYard too, right? Is that what you're talking about? That one needs StreamYard. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I was trying to tell Anastasia. And I don't think they have a free account here. I think you have to. Okay, that makes sense. I gotta figure out StreamYard because I think in Canada you have to have a paid account. I was looking at it, so I have to read all the things, but it keeps trying to force me to a paid account. So, and I want to make sure that I'm going to use it. It's not even whether, I mean, I don't mind spending the money if I'm going to use it, but if I'm not going to use it, I don't want to. Yeah, on my thing, I don't see either. And I only see one. Maybe not. Yeah, I only see one live, like one thing showing live, and that's the support wheel for the week from the source. I don't see any more. Oh, but if I click live, I don't know. I'm still learning the computer thing. Someone's playing poker. Okay. I gotta pay attention. I gotta feed my kid. I'm gonna read the rest of these. I can talk for hours on here, especially if I'm learning something. But I'll try to focus just a little bit. Sorry, guys. I know. I'm trying to figure it out too. And also, what's the shield thing mean? Oh, because you're a moderator. Duh. It doesn't show that on the other one. I'm like, what the hell? What is that thing? But it's because you're on my phone. But on my computer, it doesn't show like that. It just shows you blue or green or like your name, right? So, again, the small things. It's always the small things. All right. Let me get this done so I don't hold it up all day and my kid doesn't starve to death. My goodness. Another affirmation. I see grace and possibility in all of life's challenges. That one is one of my favorites. When you learn to find the silver lining, there's never a struggle. It's only an opportunity to learn, grow, and be better. Every cell in my body is conscious and communicates with each positive thought I have. And when you use that positive thought towards each one of your cells, I am actively healing every cell in my body. I am actively, oh, my favorite one too, I'm just seeing the subscriptions and a blurred dot beside the name. I'm not seeing the red dot. Huh. So something with StreamYard probably. What I also do is I take my water, my cup of water, and every time I speak into it. As I drink you, let this fill every cell in my body with love, with healing, with good intention. Let it help me be an open channel to source. Let me hear all that's being said to me and be a connection and be, whatever it is, but speak that greatness, speak that into your water, and then when you drink it, I do that with all the food I cook too. Everything's always made with love. If I'm angry, I won't even cook. I won't cook because if I'm cooking, I'm going to also fill that anger and frustration into that food, which then we're filling ourselves with it. So take those moments, speak to your water, speak to your tea, speak to your drink, speak to your food. Let anyone and everyone that eats and drinks from this, usually for the food, who eats from this, feel strength and love and full and happy. It's really, really good. Exactly. That is how I usually access who is live. Yeah, see, I don't know how that stuff works. I will learn eventually. Guidance is available to me now. I know that angels, ancestors, and spirit guides are always at hand. I do not walk alone. And the more you can get to that space, that centered space, that space that allows you peace to get out of survival and to find that safety within, you open yourself up so you can actually understand what that is. Customization side. My happiness is a direct reflection of how quickly I can shift my perceptions from fear to love. I'm watching this and I'm trying to learn. I feel like I need to learn even though I don't know anything about StreamYard really. I did download it, but then I haven't decided if I'm going to use it or not yet. But it's like you guys are talking about it, and I know if I let it sink in that when I go to use it, it's going to be helpful. She did what? Cut her hair?
Yes. All the time I get so fun.
You did cut your hair. You should. Did you? I don't know if you saw it last time we were live. Hers went all the way down to her ass. It is now like here, right here, and she has long bangs. And the thing is, she won't go to a hairdresser. She has some sensory issues. So it took a long time to even it out because it was only me that could do it, and I can't get her to go to the hairdresser. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do with that, but. It's kind of straight. It's as straight as she would allow me to get it, but it's long enough that we can put it in a ponytail for now, but we're going to have to start working her in. I have to find a hairdresser that will be the same hairdresser every time, and that's not going to freak out when we don't want the hair, because it's like the blow dryers and that kind of stuff. Those kind of things are just what caused the problem, right? So... There's no such thing as a mistake. Everything happens in divine order. I am being guided to learn and grow. Speak these into existence. Say it out loud and watch what the universe actually brings to you. Creativity flows from me. I am a divine creator. And by the way, Novelty, I'm waiting on you to make some hoodies. Be ready to sell them because I really want to buy one. I really want to buy one. I'm here to support. I always want to support where I can. So I'm especially when it's things like that, hoodies, things that I know that I'm going to wear all the time. I'm all for it. I just ordered, what's her name? Dee Bossways. I just ordered 2 of her books. I always try to do the things that help support us. And not just like I'll support with super chats and stuff when I can, but I'd rather support your work, and that way I can share and let other people know. Is that your name, Karen? Welcome. Danya? Angry math teacher. Are those supposed to be cuss words? I love it. I appreciate you. The more you comment, the more rich you're going to make me. So thank you for all of your help, your love, and your support. I'd love to be an angry math teacher. My kindness is a gift I bestow upon the world. I don't care if you dot it or spam it. You're not hurting me. I'm just about done for the day anyway. But thank you for taking the time to gift us with your beautiful presence. I appreciate you. Make me richer. Give me another 3 dots back to back. 1, 2, 3, go. Maybe a 4? Yeah. Okay, well, this is fun. I appreciate all of your little dots. Remember, make space for yourself. Take time for you and find those little things that bring you joy, even if it's just dropping by somebody's space to drop them some dots and a little not compliment or whatever it was. Either way, show yourself some love. Oh, I was rich with or without you, honey, but if you want to make me more rich, keep going. Give as many dots as you want. But I am actually getting ready to go, so I appreciate it, and I don't need to have money to be rich. I am rich with all of the other things, especially when it's people like you that stop to give me so much love. I appreciate it. And even no matter how you feel, I hope you have a blessed week. I truly do. All right, guys. I love you. I will be back on Monday. Me, TT, me, mine are mixed up. Me, mine are. You guys, did you break your StreamYard or what? Okay, I have to get off here. Goga, I love you. Miss TT, I love you. Novelty, I love all you guys. I appreciate you coming in. I gotta go feed my kid or she's gonna be hangry and we can't have that. Dania, thank you for making me rich with all of your dots. I appreciate you. I welcome you back anytime. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day, week, and month ahead. And start getting ready for Goga's masquerade ball. I need to get my ass in gear too. I'm actually looking forward to that. Have a good day, guys. I love you so much. You want to say bye? Quick. Okay, come on. Come say bye. Quick, quick, quick. Hurry up. Say bye. Have a good day.
Bye, have a good day.
Well, you don't need to climb on me. You gotta look at there and say bye. Just focus here and just say hi. Say have a good day.
Bye, have a good day.
There you go. You want to give them a heart? Show them your heart. Like this. Show them your heart.
And don't forget to love your kitties, but make your heart into this.
Yeah, do your heart.
But like this. Don't do like this.
Okay, and make sure you love your kitty cats, okay?
But
Okay, we gotta go. Give them your heart. Show them your heart. Quick, quick.
say you love them.
That's a beautiful heart. Good job, Grace. Good job. Way to go.
That's it.
It's a beautiful heart. You did it perfectly. Okay, I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye, guys. Yes, there we go.